from Charlotte, North Carolina, at a combined weight of over 660 pounds, Rody Rob, Adam Bomb, Bionic Brian, the Marked Out Wrestling Podcast.
Hello and welcome to another edition of Who Won Wednesday. We're going to discuss AEW and NXT side by side. My name is Adam Bomb. I'll get you through the whole card. But to join me will be my co-host, Rody Rob.
I can't.
He's got some bubbly over there.
I can't look at you the same tonight, man. If you're on the podcast and you can't, obviously you can't see this. Adam decided to wear a green shirt tonight for his green screen backdrop, so it's like fucking floating Jew head on the other side of the table.
I love it.
And the other guy joining me that's not so insulting. What's up, Brian?
Oh, hey, what's going on? Oh, I just realized
one.
I'm still at the fucking PC. I should probably change that, actually. Hold on. I'm doing well. How are you, Adam Bomb?
Yeah, you're biased. Why are you at the PC?
Yeah, I don't know. I need to change that. Hang on.
You didn't drive to Dailies?
It's
Come
an
on, man.
invasion.
Yeah, it's right down the road. Hang on.
Oh yeah, and his shirt is sleeveless, so it's got two arms sticking on the side out of nowhere.
Oh, boy.
Mecca licka high, mecca hiney ho.
Right.
So this is a cold open because I'm kind of I don't know how to react here. We do this
torn.
sometimes, so instead of running down the card like normal, we're going to start with the main event because it's the topic to talk about, not because Cameron Grimes won. Good for you, Cameron.
Yeah.
Not to shit on you. Kushida.
I'm excited about that one. Yeah.
I like Kishida's gear tonight. His gear was fun.
Yeah.
Okay. That's not the elephant in the room, Brian. The elephant in the room, and I'm going to quote kind of me and Rob's conversation here, and then I'm going to kick it to Rob. But we were talking about, does this mean that Velveteen cleared himself, or does this mean that WWE doesn't give a fuck?
I I'm really torn here.
I mean, they don't care about COVID, so I wouldn't put it past them.
No, that's different. It's got to be cleared himself. And I'm also looking at the perspective of the other talent on the roster, right? I would think somebody with crimes as egregious as he was committed of, people would say, I'm not working with this guy. But
He would have to quit himself. He would have to.
Yeah, so
I wouldn't want to work with him.
Innocent until proven guilty. I stand by all my words I said in the past. Nothing's been shown that we were wrong. And if I'm wrong, I'll admit I'm wrong. As a wrestling fan, I'm torn right now. I'm torn between being a wrestling fan and a human. You know, one side of me is like, hey, I miss Dream. He was a big part of the show.
And you hope anyone's innocent unless you're
right.
What is it, Ghislaine Maxwell? Well, the president wishes.
I don't think it's a. How do you say your name?
I don't care. Brian,
Lester.
I want to go to you on this. AEW very publicly suspended Sammy Guevara, and he's back. He wasn't accused of grooming or anything like that. He had some stupid errors in judgment. He got suspended. His salary was donated. NXT said nothing about Dream.
Yeah.
And here he is back.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm afraid of. This feels very almost like they just kind of waited till everything sort of blew over, and then they're just kind of going to throw him back out there without, just kind of hoping that everyone forgot about all the stuff that was going on, which I don't know, man. I mean, like, that's very WWE-like for them to do. So I don't want to necessarily say that Dream is, like, guilty. I don't think he's guilty. I mean, I honestly, I have no idea, but it makes WWE kind of look bad. They should say something about it.
Well, I want to, before I go back to you, Rob, I want to just quickly introduce the board and read a comment here. Sklenar's joining us. Stike is joining us. Estrada, Bus. Estrada says, y'all say you wouldn't want to work with him, but you forget this other talent's livelihoods in a time of uncertainty. So if you're the opponents, yes, morally is weird, but you got to do it for the money. I say this because we had a conversation off air earlier with Dan O'Brien, who is producing, in the booth, a talk show that he doesn't agree with the subject matter. He said,
right.
Pickings are slim.
Yeah.
Is that the same, Rob, as somebody who's produced a show? I mean, you produced a show that you enjoyed what they said and agreed with it mostly.
There's certain lines I guess you could cross when it comes to money and livelihood. I don't know. The things he's accused of are pretty bad. I'm not in that situation, and I want to make it very clear that when we had our big topic show about the hashtag speaking out and all that stuff, we were disgusted and we were very clear about that and how we felt at the time. And I'm not changing my opinion on it at all. All I'm saying is
am confused by it.
Is it
Yeah.
we all agreed that these are the things that they were accused of, and if true, ... So if Dream has somehow compelled them to let him wrestle again because he cleared himself, then great. Then I will be the first one to say, I'm sorry I jumped to conclusions. I don't see that.
Don't you think they need to say something, guys? Right? Like
That's why I was giving you the AEW comparison. Like Sammy's back on TV. He was one of the names in all this shit. And Sammy's back on TV, but they were very public about it the whole way.
Right.
There was no question about what was happening. Here's salaries going here. I mean, they were very like, here's our playbook to deal with Sammy Guevara.
Yeah.
And I respected AEW for that. WWE,
I'm with you.
not saying a fucking word and him just showing up here.
They didn't completely address Sammy Guevara. They addressed the Sasha thing with him. The rest of it was all like nothing ever happened. I do want to jump on Bus here. Well, not jump on him, but
Jump on it.
Bus says
What's
Owens,
up, Vice?
and I want to clear this up, and I think Adam, maybe Brian can help here. Owens was on TV after videos of him dropping N-bombs with Excalibur. They don't care. And my understanding of that situation is that there were other talent that was at that show that were Americans of color that gave them the green light for this promo to add some shoot to the little rivalry they were doing. Now, Brian, is that the correct circumstance?
That's pretty much the gist of it. Is that the guys that were in the ring, that's who Excalibur was talking to at the time.
Right.
They were all in on it. They were okay with it. I guess that was something that they checked beforehand.
Right.
But doesn't make it any better or anything. But
I mean, it makes it a poor choice to do that in that situation.
Right.
Maybe you should have thought of something better. But it's understandable that they did it trying to get a reaction with the blessing of the people they're working with who are people of color. So, two different situations.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, just two different situations. I don't want to get off on a whole tangent, the whole show.
No.
About this, but it's a very difficult kind of mind fuck right now to see him out there.
I mean, I expect something to come out tonight, Rob. There has to be some statement, some WWE, not necessarily even WWE. It could be from Dream saying, I've proved my innocence. I am back on TV.
Maybe.
He doesn't even have to go into a ton of details.
Maybe he will. I'll tell you what.
They're going to come out.
On a booking standpoint, it was smart to have him not win because his presence overshadowed that entire match, which maybe was a blessing.
Well, and he then went heel.
Well, and that's fine too. But
Right.
I'm just saying his presence just being there overshadowed everything about that match.
And I got to say, I'm looking at Twitter right now, and the comments about it are pretty negative for the most part. I'm not seeing a lot of not seeing too many positive things about his return.
You didn't prove anything. He didn't even address anything. He made that one tweet, I think, Rob, that we covered on the show where he said, I'm innocent kind of thing and went away.
Right.
That's where they made the mistake is when all this went down and they decided, because at some point they did decide to, hey, you need to go be by yourself, go sit in timeout for a while. At that point, when it was hot, when the topic was on the table, that's when Hunter himself should have made a statement in light of certain allegations.
We've removed him from TV.
We're gonna suspend him upon a further investigation from WWE and review his future here at the company. And then we would all know, hey, he's got his ass on the chopping block. They're going to be looking into this. And then he comes back. You would have to consider at that point that they did go through the process, but because they never,
we don't trust them.
Because they never acknowledged it. Now you're just thinking. So you think a couple months and it's just we're all going to forget?
So I got a couple comments from the board. Stike says it could be the case that his lawyers are telling him not to say anything. Playing devil's advocate, Stike, that's great. This is something, if you're going back out into the public, you want people to attend, you have to address it. Your
even
stock.
if he's like not like if they're not like making him address it, he still should just step up and do it anyway.
He could just say, I'm back because I proved my innocence. He doesn't have to give 1,000 details or anything like that if his lawyers were saying that. And Anaconda Vice says it's gross seeing him out there with no closure on the matter. That's it, man. It's not a good look. And that's exactly it. We're left scratching our heads like, is this closed?
I love what Estrada says here on the bottom. He says, this has Vince all over it. And there's a couple things tonight from NXT that I thought had Vince written all over it. He says Vince is always insulting fans' integrity, intelligence by sweeping shit under the rug and pretending it doesn't exist. It's bad on Triple H not to say anything either, though. Yeah, it's bad on Stephanie as well not to say anything. You could have used Stephanie as a more sympathetic yet authoritative role as far as the company appearance goes. I'm not talking kayfabe. Company appearance goes.
Well, yeah, Morrow said something kayfabe.
Right. But if Stephanie McMahon comes out, not only do you have the nurturing touch of a woman, which that's a true thing, don't get all bitchy, but you also have the authority, the
that
real
goes
authority.
along with Stephanie.
Yeah, the real authority, not the made-up authority.
Yeah, we aren't owed an explanation, owed in quotation marks, about the details concerning Dream. This is from Sklenar. It's the right thing to do, though, to provide a statement or something. Yeah, you don't owe a shit. But us as fans who are sitting here confused, and I think it was whoever I read a second ago, we want that closure.
Yeah, this
Vice. We need that closure.
Keeping this quiet is not worth whatever pop they thought they were going to get from him returning.
I was very surprised, man. Like, even when we were texting.
Yeah.
I thought
you were joking when you threw that out there.
Yeah, exactly. I was joking.
Yeah.
I was like, what if Dream comes back?
I'm going to tell you, though, aside from the absolute fuckery of it all, they kept this one close to the veil because there wasn't even a dirt sheet. There wasn't a rumor. There was nothing.
And that's why we don't know if he's cleared his name. If we had seen 3 weeks ago that he cleared his name, that would be something. We're just left to scratch our head.
I said it as a joke earlier before the match started. I was like, maybe it'll be Velveteen, just as a joke. And I when he came out, the pop I felt when he came out, and I'm using pop just in the sense of reaction to entrance, right? Not necessarily a real pop.
Yeah, there was no pop.
But the reaction, I should say, that I had when he came out was almost like dropping on a drop zone roller coaster and your stomach kind of goes up into your chest. That's how I was like, what?
So, Brian, full kayfabe moment. I had a brain fart here when Rob talks about pop. I told him as the mystery opponent was about to come out, I was yelling at him because we only have one TV with volume on it. So I was like, switch it. I want to hear the pop for whoever this is. Totally forgetting there's no pop.
Yeah, there's no crowd.
Yeah, he's like, never mind. Just keep going.
Yeah.
Very good.
All right. So let's go to the AEW side. We've talked enough about the NXT side. Cameron Grimes, good job. You went heel after, and now Velveteen's fighting Finn next week. And yeah. So on the AEW side, we have OC and Jericho, and another return, Brian, a 30-plus year veteran, Mike Chioda.
Well, he actually returned. He returned before that, but
he's
since
just
we're going
introducing.
ahead,
He's introducing the excitement of it. Adam.
I was trying to sell it.
Yeah.
Well, I know. I just didn't. I just for I want to make sure that we're.
He was always
correct.
my head scratcher when whatever Bloody Sunday came down. With all the releases, he was always the head scratcher because he had been there so long. He was in so many featured matches. I mean, he was like Earl Hebner level, and Earl left to go to TNA. And now here, fledgling company at the time.
Right.
Now here you have Chioda going. It's weird.
Well, Earl is still with AEW now.
Earl
Hebner. He's still there.
Yeah.
Okay, I was
still
talking
there.
about when he went to TNA.
I know when he
first
left
WWE.
Earlier, fine. Yeah,
Yes.
fine. But it is good that AEW has all these senior officials. I mean, to be honest, they've got guys from Ring of Honor and fucking Bryce Remsburg, who's been doing it forever. Their referee staff, I mean, they're top notch. I'll take them any day over WWE. Sorry, that's not me being biased. It's just honest.
Well, it was good to see. Yes, Chioda brings a sense of, he's not like Audrey, a little over the top at times. You feel his order, his presence.
You feel his calm.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes, it's chi.
Speaking of which, you felt how he called it down the middle. You felt how he was, as we're tooting his horn. You felt how he had his back turned the entire time that Jake Hager attacked OC.
Yeah.
Of course,
He's doing the right thing.
And missed the fact that Hager, a 6'5" guy running away, is very obvious.
No, he got away before Chioda saw him. No,
I don't
he
know.
He got away.
Chioda turned and he was just getting to the barrier.
You weren't even paying attention.
You
don't
check
even
the tape.
know.
Check the tape.
I don't
will
need
check
to.
the tape, sir.
Yeah,
you do that.
Because I was even watching like, he's going to see him. He's going to see him. But he never saw him. He got away fast enough before he turned around.
Chioda's so good at not seeing people.
That's what I'm talking about.
What
That's
did
what I'm
Taz
saying.
call the move? He kept calling the move that Hager did. He was like a double crotch trap tease. I was like, what the fuck? What is that? I don't know. You guys didn't catch it? Just me?
No.
Oh man, I have no idea what's going
Sorry,
on.
Brian.
Yeah,
I didn't
pretty
catch
much.
it.
I heard him say something.
Yeah, words were spoken, Brian.
Yeah.
If you want us to agree with you on that.
He's like,
we will.
oh, Jake Hager, he did that. He did that. And
Yeah, Sklenar says he was well gone when he turned.
no, I'm right, Daniel Price. Right? He's like, what the hell? Is Adam wearing sleeveless shirts?
A bug just flew in my face.
don't try to spit
No,
Trump.
it's great. It's pretty funny. That's why you should go to YouTube right now and subscribe so
All
you
right.
can see this.
You
So
should
the
go to YouTube.
distraction,
You
by
should.
the way, that I overran was Best Friends and Proud and Powerful. We're going to talk about their stuff later, so that's why I just skipped it for a second. But are we going to get a condom match here, Brian? OC won one, Jericho won the other. Oh, sorry, rubber match. Are we going to get a rubber match?
A rubber match.
Did you bring the condoms?
I mean, I guess so, right? You have to.
Yeah,
I feel
you
like
do.
have to.
You really-
Jericho
you-
still has
you-
a
you have to
bone to
bring
pick
him.
because now he's stuck with the bill for his jacket.
7G.
7 G's.
7 large, yeah.
Yeah.
Is
That's a lot of
Jericho?
fun.
Is this going to lead to a Jericho Kyoto feud?
I hope so.
Whatever happened to Mike Tyson?
He's
things that went
he's
nowhere.
fighting
Roy
Jaws,
Jones Jr.,
bro.
isn't he?
No, he's fighting Jaws.
No, Roy Jones Jr.
Yeah, but he's also fighting Jaws. Mike
What do you mean?
Tyson is
Wait, like the shark?
Shark Week. He's fighting Jaws. He's going into a fucking tank and he's gonna box a shark.
No.
Yes.
Well, it's social distancing, so whatever. That's the new sports.
It doesn't
it's on the
transmit-
Ocho.
It doesn't transmit in water. Yeah. It's Shark
Yeah.
Week. It's fucking Shark Week.
All right,
Huh.
let's vote. I'm going to, just because of the uncomfortable factor, give it to AEW here, because I don't want to give any votes for anything that Dream was involved in without knowing that
Yeah.
he is cleared of his grooming allegations.
If the point is to, oh man, if the point is to get an audience, I'm sure there may have been wrestling fans out there that got a text message from another one and said, "Dude, Dream's on NXT," and they flipped the fucking channel.
We're not talking about ratings.
No, I'm talking about the purpose of what they're doing, right? I mean, if that was the goal and you're giving the points for them for that, they would fucking win hands down because, honestly, Jericho and Orange is a little sloppy. I mean, let's just be honest with that.
Well,
Whoa,
and
whoa.
Daniel Price wrote, "I know Vice, but so much of the whole show was sloppy." It's true.
Yeah.
Me and Rob were talking about it. It was a very sloppy show tonight.
Yeah, they're not very good at tag teaming.
Sloppy how so? Tag teams?
Just like lazy.
You know how we use the word crisp, Brian? Like crisp exchanges. There's good movements. Like Jericho and OC look like two fucking virgins trying to fuck. I mean, just like
Jericho needs somebody to carry him, and I mean physically carry him. You know, I don't know.
Do you agree with that comparison, Mr. Politician, Brian?
Oh, Mr. Politician. Well, I just want to say
Mr.
thank you for
Babalino,
having
Mr.
me here.
Babalino.
It's been an honor. But no, seriously, like the fact that Jericho put over OC with the pinning combination that he had. I mean, that's fucking big right there. I forget what your question is because I'm looking at your floating head and floating arms right now, and I was very distracted.
As usual, Brian pulled the politician move and dodged the question. I forgot you distracted me with your floating head, Rob.
So you're going to AEW, obviously.
Yeah, he didn't ask me to vote. He asked me something else, but I totally forgot. But I'm voting for AEW. That's my vote.
Look,
All right, Rob, your vote doesn't matter, but give it.
Yeah, I gotta go.
Just
I gotta
like
go,
in
I gotta
November.
go NXT, and I know giving my vote this, and I know it's just. Out of the two segments, it definitely was the most appealing, and not appealing, but most attracting. You know, like a bug to a light.
And Stike is excited for Velveteen and Finn next week. You know, under any other circumstance,
Yeah.
I would be. Under any other
Yeah,
circumstance.
and look. I hope I'm to close my little thought process out here. I hope I am fucking wrong. I hope I am eating the biggest bowl of crow. I really, really do. I
Me too.
want Velveteen Dream to be cleared of all the shit he's been accused of. I want to see him on fucking NXT weekly, fucking in great feuds. I want to see him with a fucking belt around his waist. I want to see Velveteen Dream on the program. I want him to be cleared of what he's been accused of.
Let's hope.
Yeah, right. Fingers
All right,
crossed.
AEW's up 1-0. Let's go back to the curtain, boys. On NXT, we got the old squasheroo. We knew we would. It's one of Brian's boys, Danny Burch, just getting squashed by Karrion Kross. But, I mean, Karrion Kross is a contender for Keith Lee in the big belt. We find out that Keith Lee begged Regal, and we got a title shot. Let's just, sorry, Danny, we're not talking about
I'm sorry, but wait, let me just ask this question. I mean, did you did Danny Burch? You couldn't just use one of your, kind of younger guys that hadn't had that much TV time. Danny Burch doesn't give you that much credibility as being, he beat somebody, legit. I like Danny Burch.
That's a good point.
But he is in a more known tag team on the roster. Why squash him when you have other options? When you're not going to get a big push from beating him anyway.
It's a good point.
So
how do you think?
It's a good point. You could send
the total opposite.
No, but I mean, you could send Killian Dane out there.
What's the difference? I mean, Killian Dane is a little bit higher than.
If he took a big boy like Killian Dane and did to him what he did to Danny Burch, because Killian Dane is more Keith Lee's size.
Yeah.
Now you're gonna go, wow, look at what he did. Look at how he manhandled Dane.
I agree. Killian Dane would have been better. It would have given him more legitimacy after the win if you squash somebody like that. I mean, like, you don't expect somebody to squash Big Show, but when they do, you're like, holy fuck,
Yeah, like Brian Cage, he squashed a whole bunch of nobodies, and now he's back to dark.
Right.
What about Karrion Kross going on to Raw Underground and showing his worth?
No, we'll get to that. We'll get to that. Trust me, you're gonna love that one, Brian. So it is what it is. I thought the cool spot, Scarlett giving back the contract, and we have the little light spot now. Thought it was over the top how he's blinded, and we gotta go believe the kayfabe or don't believe the kayfabe, I guess is the point there. But it's official. Keith Lee, Karrion Kross, and
wait, you like the fireball?
I liked the spot of it. I think it should have just startled him. I don't like that he had to go to the hospital and was supposedly blinded by it. If it was a poof, like a powder that hit him in the face, and that's why he has to go when he's blinded. Okay, but this was just a fireball.
Yeah.
How did that blind him?
Yeah.
How did that warrant his sell?
Bro, because the fire from it, bro. Come
Yeah.
on, what do you mean?
Look, I just
didn't get in his eyes or his beard.
Number one, this is this other segment that I thought had Vince written all over it. But number two, I mean, he's not. Is he known for fire? Is he known for this? Is this
not
thing?
fire necessarily, but he's supposed to be some sort of spooky kind of otherworldly character.
I get that. So why can you stop doing that? Why fireballs?
You made me laugh.
You have to. I'm talking about dropping your pen every 3 seconds.
Oh. Didn't know you could hear that.
Yeah, I can hear. But I mean, not fireballs. I don't think you needed to do this. I thought it was over the top. Honestly, you didn't need to.
I didn't think you needed to do the blinding. I like the shock.
Yeah, Keith Lee's promo with the folder and then him signing it. That was all you needed. Right there. Fade to black, go to commercial. That's all you needed. Keith Lee had a fucking fire goddamn promo with some great fucking fierce personality, like you said.
Yeah, I love a face that's aggressive like that.
And first time ever you see Cross, a little intimidated, but not really, with a smirk afterwards. Cut the fucking commercial. You don't need. Keep it simple, stupid man.
Yeah.
Kiss it.
So anyway, this one is going to go head to head with AEW's offering Dark Order versus the Bucks. Of course, this is Wednesday night, so this is the first of 2 times we're going to see the Bucks tonight.
Of course.
They're going to kick off both hours, by the way. So they kick off the 8 o'clock hour with not a tag team match on Tag Team Appreciation Night. That, I'm sorry, we kind of alluded to it on the board there, and some people got hot. Brian dodged the question, but a sloppy finish. This match was kind of all over the place a little bit.
It felt like to me that it was supposed to be Tag Team Appreciation Night, Brian. They're supposed to use the fucking tag ropes, a strict 10 count after the tag. Fucking, people on the apron come in for a fucking double team.
They got Bucks, one of the Bucks going under the ring, Rob.
Bucks found a way to make it not that way.
Well, first of all, they don't have tag ropes in AEW, so let's just set that record straight.
It's on the contract, bro.
It's on the contract for only FTR matches. That's only FTR matches. Don't misword that.
Well, but they didn't have it tonight. The Bucks didn't have it tonight.
Okay, I'm agreeing with you. I just defended your ass.
Right, just making sure. Sloppy.
Why are you going against me?
Maybe a little bit. I still think it was a good match, and the fact that this is also a little bit of a throwback to the PWG days with all those guys. mixing it up back then.
Didn't we talk about that last week, Brian?
That finish, you watch, it looks like I think it was Matt that got the pin. It looks like Matt is trying to put his feet on the rope and cheat, and instead he just lifts his leg like a dog peeing during the pin.
Hold on. I was 2 words into replying to Brian on something he said. We talked about the PWG last week, Brian. Mm-hmm. This is AEW. It's a big leagues fucking wrestling promotion, big primetime TV spot. This is the big leagues. It's not PWG. PWG is great, but it has its place. That kind of match has its place.
And its place is Wednesday night. And this was just a nice nod to I think that those guys were wrestling in a fucking VFW hall or whatever the hell it was out in Reseda, and now they're wrestling in fucking Jacksonville. That's a big deal, man. That's pretty cool.
We'll mention it again in an hour, Brian.
Yeah.
For now, I don't know why I'm bothering to ask you this, but Keith Lee and the Karrion Kross, Danny Burch, or Dark Order and the Bucks.
Dude, NXT.
I mean, not only are the Bucks involved, but also Dark Order. They're getting my vote. The Dark Order has they have a chili sponsorship now, so it's wonderful. Baby back ribs.
You turned your vote into a plug for Chili's.
No. The Dark Order
is sponsored by Chili's now. I wasn't listening to his vote. I was listening to Rob's, and I agree with Rob's. NXT, so we're tied at 1. This next one, to some, Sklenar, are you still with us? We'll get to you. To some, this may be a toss-up. For others, I don't know so much. We got MJF against what started as Drake versus Killian, but became an Adam Cole promo. So we're going to talk about that. Sorry, Drake and Killian, who should have been used in a different spot. So Cole invites McAfee, says he's going to kick his ass at TakeOver 30. I love Adam Cole. I don't really care if he's fighting Pat McAfee at TakeOver 30.
This is the other thing that had Vince written all over it.
Of course. Mm-hmm. Trying to make TakeOver 30 bigger than it is.
First.
Oh, remember, this is their Mania, Brian.
What, this is?
No.
Yeah.
No, it's not. No,
First.
it's not.
It is.
No. I want to say to the camera guy at NXT, Adam Cole's forehead was popping tonight.
I thought so, too.
That
I thought I was the only one.
That thing he was taller than him.
It's because the angle he was shooting down at. It was probably like a 6'5" cameraman.
That was
Does he usually wear a headband? Or?
I don't know.
Like
My forehead
but
gets bigger when I go down.
Yeah, that forehead was massive. Second, man, longest reigning NXT champion of all time, right, man? Before that, he was North American champion, and he was fucking the tag team champion.
And he follows it up with nobody.
Leader of the fucking the tits faction of NXT for fucking the last 2 years. And then once he's done with that belt, what do we got for him? Some fucking ESPN promo shit. Adam Cole's fighting a podcaster. Give me the spot. I would be more fun than that douchebag. I mean, seriously. Who fucking cares?
And I can lift Adam Cole.
And why is this?
I'm a podcaster.
Why is it's not? Here's a doubly insulting part, boys and girls. The doubly insulting part, bigly. It's a bigly insulting part. This is not a for TV feud. This is a TakeOver 30 feud. Takeovers once had a sacred feel to them. It was religious. That takeovers were professional wrestling personified. Takeovers were, there wasn't a bunch of hook and crook, there wasn't a bunch of interferences and fucking blowjobs on the side and bullshit. It was 5 kick-ass fucking matches from 10 or 12, 13 of the best fucking talent the world was seeing at the time. And now TakeOver has Adam Cole and what the fuck this guy's name is? Are you fucking kidding me?
Pat McAfee.
Pat fucking McAfee.
Oh, time is up, Rob.
Sorry.
I'm with you, Rob. They might as well have fucking Maria Menounos just come out there and have a match against Adam Cole. It's the same fucking thing.
They've done
I hate the whole celebrity
That's why
shit.
he was right about Vince written all over it because
Becky's unborn fetus. Bring it. Come on.
MJF on the other side, shoving fucking Lee Johnson out of the way. Well, get out of my shot. Smile, Nina. All that stuff. You know, I think it was Soji a minute ago said he's getting sick of this MJF thing. You're crazy.
You're sick.
I'm sick of Moxley as champion.
I am too.
I want MJF.
What a step down, Brian. I'm sorry.
What?
From Jericho to Moxley, what a step down. I just don't like Moxley as champion. I'm sorry.
He's so
no,
good in a chase, but he's never good when he has it.
What do you think, Brian?
I've never been the biggest Moxley fan. I know Adam is more of a Moxley / Dean Ambrose fan himself, but for me, I think I'm with you. I think his reign has kind of been subpar. I know the whole pandemic thing, and he was his health was kind of.
I don't think that would have
He was on the shelf every now and again too. He was hurt. I forget what it was.
What was
it?
super people?
It's his It's the persona.
His promo style, you think?
Well, promo style is a little annoying
when
to me.
He's desperate and chasing, he's believable. When he's champ,
yeah, but it's the scrapper feel of him. I don't like the champion being this. You never had the scrapper guys win the title, and for me, that's awkward. And maybe I'm biased on that. Maybe I'm not willing to see it another way. But the scrapper guys are mid-card at best, maybe sniff the fucking the top belt just once or twice. But they're not the face of the company, right? They're not who should be there.
Evan on the board says Samoa Joe pushed MJF out of the way during one of his takeover entrances, and that's why MJF did the same spot here.
Oh, okay.
I did
That's
not
a nice
know
little
that.
nod there.
I didn't know that. Okay, cool.
You never saw the Samoa Joe clip?
No.
I'll have to send it to you. It's good.
Okay.
We'll tweet it out or something.
Cool.
Bus says after they're finished with NXT and end the war, would anyone else like to see AEW move to Thursday permanently? Could easily reach 1 million viewers, and only competition would be the NBA. We were talking about now that they fired, just to go into it here, now that they fired the TNT guy who signed the contract to get AEW, I wonder if they'll be like a Fox and they have a clause to send, SmackDown to FS1. Will they have a clause to send Dynamite down to True TV or whatever other networks they own?
Yeah.
I'm curious because, yes, ratings matter and the ratings are good, but how much is it costing? Rob said it in an off-air return of investment.
ROI.
ROI. Yeah, I mean,
in layman's
if
terms.
I'm paying you, if you're making the same ratings that Friends reruns would make, but I'm paying this much for syndication and so much more for your show, yeah, your ratings are fine, but I can get those ratings for less cost. And that's not a dig on AEW. That's just how it works.
That's just economics. We're not shitting on anything.
Yeah.
I think that we're getting a little ahead of ourselves, right? I mean, this is just
we're speculating. Yes,
You know, how some animals.
There's nothing with this.
There's some animals out there that they wait for their prey to almost be injured in some way before they attack. Right? They I can go in for the kill, because the animal's bigger and they're smaller. Right? That man, I'm telling you, Monday nights are prime. Monday nights are fucking prime. If AEW had some clout and said to TNT right now, put us on Monday nights right now.
Fuck yeah.
Because WWE is flailing. They are bleeding at the neck right now, and all they need is one big chomp, and it could shut them down, especially with COVID and then not having the house show circuit that they had, not having the international touch that they had. Right now, AEW could go in for the kill.
Well, speaking of going in for the kill, we forgot Sturgis, Rob.
And I don't mean that I want WWE to falter and fail. I would love for them to be better. But if you are going to kill your competition right now, AEW, Monday nights,
dude, they're on the ropes, right? Go for the death blow.
They don't have
go on Mondays.
They don't have the muscle that they have all the time. Their financials are tighter. Their fucking schedule is non-existent. Their reach is TV and their network, and that is it.
Sklenar says the cost per point and gross rating points on Wednesday are through the roof by comparison, and a 30-second spot costs almost triple now, as whatever was before that. And who was the other one? Evan says they're doing better demo numbers in some categories than Raw right now, so why not go to Monday if that's the case? You want your demo god, do it.
Yeah.
And,
I would
DP says he'd love to
that.
see Vince go down like the Titanic.
I'm telling you, I know
he needs to be put in his place.
I know I sound like a broken record, and I'll just say it one more time. AEW, man, if you really want to strike a blow to the giant, right fucking now, they do not have their power.
You're welcome.
All right, so let's move on. We got a tie, 1-1. Let's vote here. Adam Cole, MJF.
Oh, MJF.
Yeah.
Yeah.
MJF.
Too much.
And not because of Adam Cole, but because of Pat McAfee, bro.
Yeah. Well, and the 5-head.
Well.
So sorry, I couldn't help myself. Next,
bit of the bubbly.
Next up, we have Santos Escobar in a, I think it might have been a tag match. I don't know, or title match. I don't know. But he's fighting Breeze. At the end, Breeze did the job. Dango comes to make the not save. Swerve returns to make the real save. Great. That's going head-to-head with Scorpio Sky and Cody. I can already tell you I'm going to give AEW my vote here. But let's break it down. I think I already just broke down everything on NXT, unless you guys have something to add to that.
Which segment was it?
Exactly. Escobar and Breeze.
Oh, yeah, I don't. Yeah.
Then, so let's talk about Scorpio and Cody.
Yeah.
I like Scorpio a lot. Even this match was a little sloppy at times. I'm talking sloppy, and Brian, in terms of the crispness. Do you want to defend it once again blindly, or do you want to answer my
I mean, how is it blindly? I don't have any specific. Are you going to like critique their moves right now? Because I forgot that you've wrestled 20 years in Puerto Rico. You used to do.
We don't do that
a bunch
here,
of loops
Brian.
down there, right?
We don't do
Pumping
that.
Full of gas.
We don't do that here.
So I can't say that somebody made a good shot in basketball because I'm not an NBA player.
No, I guess you could do that, but I mean, if you're going to criticize if they just fucking botched the move, that doesn't really take away from the story of the match.
If there's a big air ball that hits the cameraman, I can't comment on that.
I think it's you can clearly critique people's physical fuck ups.
Yeah,
it's just what it is. ESPN came around and changed the world, Brian.
And again, it was not very crisp.
I don't think it was sloppy.
I'm not
I would
insulting
love to
either
hear
man.
Your side of it.
I'm not insulting either man. They're both very capable, and I've
No,
seen
I
a
know.
lot
Yeah,
of
of
good
course.
matches between them.
They tried to be too, in my opinion, they tried to be too technical. I wanted to see more aggression, but I know coming from a Cody match, I should not expect that.
No aggression.
But I wanted to see more aggression and less technician.
He's the friendly, not heel.
Right. I would have preferred Scorpio win this, but I'm on the record as to all the reasons why, so whatever.
Yeah, and I just want to say, like, Cody, I was running down the list with Rob here tonight. Scorpio Sky, Darby Allin, Kip Sabian. You could even have Pac when he returns. Sammy Guevara. You could have Matt Hardy in this division if you wanted right now. Have an actual mid-card. This, and I've said it before, I've got a new way to say it, though. This feels like, hey, I booked myself so I can never win the other belt. So I'm going to give myself my own title instead, and I'm going to pretend it's an open challenge, but I'm really just squashing the division that I shouldn't be in. Rob, this feels like Charlotte when she was on NXT's women's division.
Ooh, that's a mean fucking comparison right there. That's rough. I'm not arguing
She killed that women's division, and I feel like he's killing the mid card where they should be shining.
Yeah.
We should have a Scorpio Sky feud with Pac or something like that.
I think he believes that him having that belt makes it relevant before he passes it on. I don't agree with that. I didn't mind him winning it once.
You have a huge storyline that the outcome is that you can never win the big belt. Now you're putting in all your graphics that you are side by side with Mox on the rankings for the singles men's competitor.
Well, it's still not the big one.
Wait,
it's not the big one.
But Brian, here's one of the ones I want to go to you on and back you into a corner here. On the rankings, you got Mox and Cody side by side. Mox is ready to fight number 1 on the rankings, MJF. Cody is fighting number 5 on the ranking, Scorpio Sky, who just got there. You want to tell me which belt is better?
I don't know how does that make one belt better than the other?
You just got to get the number 5 to challenge for the other one.
It doesn't matter. I mean, if Cody wants to,
that doesn't matter.
Defend his belt. If he wants to defend his belt against someone that's throwing out challenges, because what's his name? Scorpio Sky cut a promo on Dark saying that he wanted to challenge for the TNT title. So that's kind of where this
nobody has a problem. Nobody has a problem with that, Brian.
Thanks a lot, Bob.
Yeah, I mean we're all okay with Scorpio Sky challenging for that belt. The point is that Cody has had it and has had no chance of losing it and hasn't really fought anybody for it.
I think it would have been better if he had lost to Jungle Boy in his first defense months ago.
No.
Yes.
Look at
Build that
it like
fucking
almost how
division.
they introduced the AEW World Title. Jericho had it first because he's the name, he's the one that's established, and then he kind of passed it off onto Moxley. So that's kind of what they're doing with this title is the way I see it.
You can build names in this industry, and you went and gave it to Cody. AEW should be doing what TNT did with their TNA did with their X division, Brian, getting people out there for a different belt.
Can you imagine if Ric Flair, and I know I'm not, forgive me for comparing Cody to Ric Flair.
Who needs two heavyweight
But
belts?
if you can you imagine if Ric Flair decided one day, you know what? I'm not going to keep the big belt. I'm just going to go down after being the champion fucking however many fucking times and being dominant for 20 years. I'm going to go down there and take over the fucking TV title division. Are you serious?
John Cena and the U.S. title.
I don't. Okay, so what's that? Does that make it right?
Yeah, that doesn't make it right. That shouldn't be anything.
It's not right or wrong. I'm just saying it. This isn't the fucking first time that it's been done.
And I cannot believe you are using Cena as a defense in this.
What? I mean, it's not. That's what I'm saying.
To have
it's not like
something-
AEW.
No,
They're not the only guilty party that's doing something
Nobody
like
said
this.
that. That's not even the point. Nobody's comparing WWE in this situation. Nobody brought up
I know.
WWE.
Yeah, I am.
Archer,
I'm saying
Cody
that,
never
I'm saying
should have
that
had
they've
the
done
title.
It, like this is something that's been done in pro wrestling
Yeah.
before. So I don't know why you guys have such an issue
Cody
with
should be
Cody
the
having a match
desperate
with someone
guy
else that's
that
not the
doesn't
number
get
one
a
contender.
title. He's the owner of the company. He's a desperate guy that shouldn't get the title. Archer should have been the champ here. And then there's so many things wrong, Brian. I can't believe you're so blind to them.
I'm blind. Cody is elevating their mid card as we speak.
Elevating
who? Yeah, who?
Who has fought Cody and gotten better in these
Scorpio-
1 week
Scorpio
feuds?
Sky.
Eddie
Scorpio Sky
Kingston
fought
got
him
a
tonight. He was already established.
and
Try
Eddie
again.
Kingston got a contract. That's about the best you can do.
Brian Cage is headlining Dark now,
and Cardona's
Jungle
not even seen already.
and Archer's beating up people in a fucking locker room and picking
Oh yeah,
on old men.
AEW Underground. Let's not forget that.
Yeah, right. Exactly. AEW
Oh
Underground.
no, that's Archer's fucking gimmick. You guys just don't know that because you haven't seen him before.
Yeah, I'm saying he's relegated to a gimmick where he's beating up midgets in a fucking in a locker room.
Young boys.
Who is he elevated, Brian?
Who elevated?
Cody.
Lance Archer?
Who
Cody?
did Cody
This is
elevate?
your argument.
Who did Cody elevate from Lance Archer, the first guy he fought technically for this belt, till now? Who has he elevated with his match?
Oh, he got Ricky Starks a contract. Okay, I'm sure he was going to get that anyway.
Yeah, he got Eddie Kingston a contract. I'm sure he's going to get that. Great. Where's Warhorse?
Yeah,
No, he was
where
just
they at
there.
now? Where they at now? Where are they now?
God, you guys are so fucking sour. It is insane.
We're doing them and spitting facts, and you're just getting
Oh,
emotional.
Now he's going to attack us.
Facts.
Oh,
instead
I'm
of
not getting
defend.
emotional.
We're
bro.
dropping
I'm-
names, bro. We're asking.
What's that?
We're dropping names and asking questions, and you're just like, no.
No, because
Poopy
anything
head.
I'm going to say. So it didn't. You don't think that elevated Warhorse in any way from him not
Oh,
being
yeah,
on TV,
I'm sure
now
he's
the guy
bigger
has
name
a
on the
TV match
posters for the
against
bingo
Cody
hall.
fucking Rhodes, and you're going to tell me that he's not elevating or doing anything for the fucking mid
Yes,
card?
no. Warhorse is a great example. He elevated the indie circuit by fighting him. That's what he elevated.
Who?
He elevated Warhorse's stock in the indie circuit because he's the guy who fought on Dynamite.
Right.
He did not elevate anybody on his roster, Brian. No one.
Making the independents stronger makes the whole business strong.
Dude.
It's true.
You're hurting
it's
my
true.
brain.
Dude.
You're just looking at
hurting
it with
my
your
brain.
fucking WWE goggles on, bro.
Nobody's bringing up WWE. Nobody's bringing
I'm
up
saying
WWE.
you guys are. That's just the way that you look at things.
What goggles
You're
have we
so
had
fucking
on?
conditioned.
I just said that WWE would die a horrible death if they got challenged on Monday nights. How am I defending WWE?
Well, not so much you.
Are you fucking crazy?
I've been 100% in agreement here with Rob. So how can you say that he's okay
No,
and I'm not?
I don't even.
They were putting him out.
I just want to play a
Bus
Bob
agrees
clip
with me on the
because
floor.
you
He says,
sound
"Don't
so
waste my time."
fucking
He's
stupid.
right. He says, "Brian, don't waste your time." You're right here. I know I am. Thank you. boss.
Half of
Someone
them
fucking with their brain.
Half of them
goddamn.
half of them we haven't even seen since they fought Cody, and the other half have had zero programs. Zero programs.
It's an open challenge. How is it supposed to have a program if he's fucking having new
No,
challengers
you just said
every
he
week?
elevated these people, and I'm asking you, in what ways? Give me an example of somebody he elevated on the AEW roster.
Anyone.
Anyone. Please.
Jungle Boy?
Jungle Boy's back losing fucking tag team matches.
Yep. What else you got, Brian?
What else?
I mean, any name that I say, it's not going to fucking matter
No,
you're going
because-
to have some
Because you
stupid
don't have a
excuse.
name.
We're gonna have
You don't
facts.
think he elevated Lance Archer? Lance Archer was pretty much non-existent to
And
the
he's
American
still
audience
non-existent.
outside of
He
New
was
Japan.
non-existent
He was
USA.
people up in a fucking locker room.
He was non-existent because he wasn't on the roster until he showed up and fought Cody.
Okay, now he had a match with
Oh,
Cody.
oh,
and
wait, that's
he
it.
lost, but
That's
who cares?
it.
He still had a
Wait.
fucking good match.
That's
He took
Brian.
him-
Yeah, he had a
Brian,
good match. Fine,
I got your argument.
He had a good match,
Yeah.
Brian. He had a good match. What is he doing now?
Cody helps people get signed. He helped Archer get signed. He
So,
helped
so that's
Eddie
elevating
Kingston.
people, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, he gave him money. Good job, Brian.
What, you're asking if he's elevating people, and he is. They're getting fucking jobs. They're getting bigger opportunities. You guys are insane. Keep drinking your fucking WWE Kool-Aid.
Okay, well, I already gave AEW the point here.
AEW, yeah.
So
Yeah, I'm
we
going
don't
AEW
need
also.
the vote. Let's just move on. I can't do you, Brian. We got a couple little vignettes here to go with. We got Dakota vignette and EO vignette, which I thought were both fire. And I don't want to go into detail by detail because we're running long. So I'm just going to a little bit pass through this. On the other side, we got Private Party telling us that the Hardys were their favorite tag team. And we got the Butcher and Blade looking sober for a change, telling us that the Road Warriors were there.
How awkward was it so many times tonight when they referred to WWE tag teams, but they were like, Sean and
Marty.
and
Steve and Dave.
And then the Hardys are talking about their entrance, but they won't show it.
They showed Jeff, though, which I was surprised.
Oh, you got some damn. And they did show Jeff. You're right. You're right
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah, but it was Indie Jeff.
It was.
It was
Yeah, might have been.
early Indie Jeff, like Cameron, North Carolina.
I thought he was
Jeff.
going to throw, yeah, but it's okay.
Oh, God.
Anyway, my vote here is NXT. I thought the Dakota and EO promos were fire, especially EO saying, when I think of you being Shayna Baszler's bitch. That was
great,
Yeah.
actually. Yeah.
So I'm going to go with NXT on my vote here. Brian?
Dude,
you didn't
you know
watch
what? Fuck you. I'm going to go NXT. How's that? I'm going
Hey.
Great. We got a sweep. NXT wins the segment.
All
Hands
right.
down.
3-2,
That should be
moving
worth,
on.
That should be worth 2 points if
That
somebody
hurt.
wins.
I almost threw up.
Clear.
No.
Okay.
We're not changing the rules. All right, next up, we're going to flop the order just to make it better.
They're not written down.
We have Damian Priest, a.k.a. Punishment Martinez, losing to Bronson Reed. I don't know if I want to talk about that any more than I just said. And we have Paige and Omega versus Jurassic Express. Rob said this off air before we went on there, and Rob, I'll let you pick this up after I quote you.
Yes.
But he said AEW does a really good job of storylines away from the belt, but they're not great on the title ones. Right now, I feel like Paige and Omega are doing open challenges, and Jurassic Express and Private Party, and everybody's just getting handed title shots, but none of them are really going to win.
Yeah, but you know what? Paige and Omega have a clear, well, actually unclear, but a clear storyline. They have something going on bigger than the match they had tonight. So yeah, they can have a match, and it's
Only because they came back out for a second appearance later.
No, I'm just saying that they can have a match because their story is bigger than what they're doing in the ring. But that also goes to my point is that right now the stories that have really not belt consequence are, except for MJF, are much better than most of the in-ring talent, or not talent, but
DP has a good theory. He says you should be giving title opportunities, saying if Jurassic Express wins tonight, they'll get a title opportunity.
Maybe.
Then you don't know who the contender is going to be.
But again, the storylines are not the problem on AEW for the most part. They're pretty solid, but the ones but in the ring is getting kind of sloppy.
Yeah, and Sklenar,
All right,
back
JR.
to your dumbass Brian. He says, I think you're confusing exposure with elevated. Yes, Cody exposed them by putting him on TV. So you win on that front.
And isn't that elevating them?
Oh God! Why did you
individually?
even read that comment? Why did you start him back up?
Right?
Anakin Vice says he
now
agrees with you,
exposure,
Rob.
now they have more, they're higher up, right? Isn't that what elevate means, to go high?
What's the next one say? As I mute him.
Anakin Vice says, I agree, Rob. The story was better here. That other shit was a snooze fest.
Yeah.
And it is what it is. So Bronson won. You're pushing him. He's in the ladder match. He stole the win over Punishment Martinez. And then Paige and Omega, I mean, they had a good match for a lot of spots there, but again, some of the stuff was glaring. It wasn't as crisp as they're used to. Having these new feuds every single week, nobody's getting a feel for himself.
Yeah, Jungle Boy looked off his game tonight.
There's got to be a balance, Rob. I don't want to see 6 months of a feud like they forced down my throat on WWE. But I also want to see guys have enough chance to work together so that when they have their crescendo match, Brian, it's crisp, as we call it.
Crisp. You're referring to Hangman and Omega in this one?
I'm all four men. All four men. I mean, you got to blame all four. You can't just blame the one guy.
Yeah. No, I mean, I will say, I don't know if it's just. Maybe it was just because Luchasaurus is. I mean, he's fucking the only big man in the match, so maybe it was he seemed kind of clunky in it. I don't know if it was kind of. I don't know. I mean, I will say that match is probably my least favorite.
Being
of
clunky with little guys.
What'd you say?
His Achilles heel is being clunky with little guys. I like him when he's with Wardlow and Hager. I thought he holds his own.
I think we've given this topic too much time.
All right, let's vote.
Yeah.
Page and Omega, Bronson and Punishment.
Page and Omega.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, Page and Omega, just because they're split.
It was way more
Bronson
entertaining.
got to win. No, Bronson got to win. This is, this.
Thick Boy.
Big Boy. I thought it was Thick Boy. I don't know.
Thick Boy. That's what I said.
Boy.
Thick Boy.
Oh.
3
Sick Boy.
All right, we got Casey squared against the Robert Stone brand with a lot of fallout afterwards on the NXT side. And then we've got, the Bucks are back on the AEW side. Brian, dealer's choice. Where do you want to start?
Let's go on the NXT side. Let's hear what they had to do.
That's a great match.
So, Casey and Caden, we knew were going to lose to the Robert Stone brand. They basically beat a lot of Aaliyah ass to get their shine. But afterwards, Mercedes Martinez doesn't really want to celebrate, and she doesn't want fucking Aaliyah or Robert Stone interfering and helping her against Rhea. I kind of can't wait for this to happen.
Yeah.
It seems like that's now booked for TakeOver 30, but this is what the main roster has always lacked, Rob. A feud that has nothing to do with the title involving the women.
I agree. And they, in defense, they have tried recently, but...
well, that's because Charlotte's gone.
Yeah, so not only a feud away from the belt, but I don't want to overshadow the match itself between Casey and Cadence and Robert Stonebrand. It was a really good match. Even Aaliyah's part was a really good match.
Well, and Shotzi came back too.
Shotzi came back out too. I love something you said to me tonight, Adam, and it's shocking for all of you out there that know Adam that he's always been the hater of women's wrestling, not necessarily NXT women's wrestling. Is it tonight you said something to the extent of NXT makes you like all the girls?
No, NXT, every single female at one time or another, I may have thought they were dumb, not like them at the beginning, like stupid gimmick, whatever. Like they're not over them. Like in Dakota Kai was the example that came to mind. She was Shayna Baszler's bitch. She was just a little. I was like, she's not going anywhere. And now they've done a great job. I actually think Dakota Kai could beat Io Shirai. I think they've done that good of a character makeover. Think about Ciampa and Gargano. You give me 5 years ago watching DIY and tell me they're both going to be future NXT champs, I'm going to laugh in your face. So it's not just the women. I mean, because I don't...
He didn't know them like you do,
well, no, I'm saying I didn't care about them as an individual star. I thought, they're going to be a tag team. They're going to get elevated as a tag team. They're going to stay together. That's what I mean, Brian. I didn't think that they were going to be the Edge and Christian of NXT.
Basically what you're saying is, given enough time, any new talent they have on the women's side has won you over.
And
given enough time.
Every one of them has debuted pretty much as a jobber on NXT.
Yeah.
Unless you were an established good name like Karrion Kross has, on the indies, you pretty much came in as a jobber.
Yeah.
Some didn't last, like the Ely brothers. Some took a while, like Dawkins, 7 years to get up there. Some, Cassius Ohno, had 2 stints and didn't make it either time. But they do a good job of, knowing your role and getting to that spot. Hell, Rob, I gave you your example. You started caring about Aaliyah.
Yeah, ever since the Robert Stone thing, I'm like, all right, I'm fucking, let Aaliyah get some wins. Hook or crook, I don't give a shit. Give her some fucking wins. Let's see what she can do. She's been there long enough. Let's see what she can do.
Yeah, but how has she been elevated, though?
Who? What?
Aaliyah.
Please.
Dude.
What?
Okay.
You could trouble me for a warm glass of shut the hell up. Now you will go to sleep, or I will put you to sleep.
I love milk.
Anyway, On the other side, we have, and I'm going to paraphrase here my notes, we have what is a circle jerk of a segment between the Rock and Roll Express, Arn Anderson, the Bucks, and FTR until Tully Blanchard saves the fucking day.
Thank you, Tully.
Yeah, it was a good promo, huh?
Everything where they're going, you're great. No, you're great. No, you're great.
Stroke
you.
Felt like the Five Timers Club on SNL.
Stroke.
Yeah, it was just unnecessary stroke, too, for no reason.
I get the last 7.5 years I've had.
I got a hot wife.
I love and feed my children
my
get to go to
best
school
friend.
because of you. And, like, fucking pull yourself together.
Yeah. I thought it droned on. Now, again, I'm shitting all over this segment as I started. Tully Blanchard, from the moment he took the microphone, the rest of the segment was fucking brilliant. Okay, first you have him going, you guys don't even have any fucking gold. Get the hell out of my ring. You shouldn't be here. You're not on my level. Sean Spears sneaks out. He gets in Arn's face. He takes a slap from Rock and Roll Express that starts some other stuff. Rob legitimately thought that they were injured on the little spot that looked like a bad bump that he just tweaked it on. And then FTR goes heel.
Did it feel kind of just random, like out of nowhere? Right?
Well,
FTR.
I mean, after the
they
circle
were like,
jerk, it did.
What's that?
After the circle jerk, it kind of did.
I don't think any of that matters. I think what matters is that we had Tully instigating with our new Brainbusters tag team going heel, and who else was in the ring? Sean Spears. I think this lends itself more to the continued unspoken Four Horsemen storyline.
But it establishes Tully as the Dylan.
It does.
Arn is not going to be part of this.
Arn is the fucking nightmare, fucking bad tattoo collective, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like this is just a weird way to be the catalyst for the FTR versus the Bucks. Like, I didn't think that they would just turn on the Rock and Roll Express and there you go. That's it. Like, I don't know. It just kind of feels random to me a little bit.
You didn't think since the moment they announced Rock and Roll Express that those old fucking awesome bastards weren't gonna fucking take some bumps?
I knew they were going to take some bumps, but I didn't think it was going to be on the hands of FTR, especially the way that they've been booked so far in AEW.
Let me say this. Let me just do a little gushing here for a minute. I know we always do our little Mount Rushmore of singles wrestlers and Mount Rushmore of women, Mount Rushmore of tag teams and whatever. And maybe it's just they're just not spoken of. But goddamn, you have got to admit the Rock and Roll Express are the fucking best motherfucking tag team of all fucking time. I mean, they didn't have a lot of titles. They didn't have a lot of huge matches. Their rivalries were, they had some good ones in Midnight
Only
Express.
one of them can talk.
Only one of them can talk. But those are some awesome motherfuckers, man. I mean, I want to sit down and have some fucking beers with those guys and just listen to their world. I mean, fucking, I love those guys so much. I really do.
Anaconda Vice says, is this leading to a triple threat? And I had this in my notes, kind of a thing. What if the dissolution of Hangman and Omega comes in a triple threat with the Bucks and FTR, where it's a triple threat, but Omega and Page are divided because Page is supporting FTR and Omega is supporting the Bucks. That would be a really weird, cool triple threat build. I like that idea, Vice. I don't know if you were going that in depth with your one sentence comment, but I took it somewhere cool. Thanks for laughing, Brian.
Yeah, you got it. The one thing, though, about that is that it seems like they're turning Kenny heel. He seems like he's going to be the one that's going to turn. So if he turns, that means
there's
that
a lot
the
of
Bucks
people
are going
that
to be the
say
ones
he's a great
that are going
heel.
to turn heel too. What'd you say?
I said there's a lot of people that say he's a great heel. I haven't seen it.
He is. Yeah, I would love it. I would prefer that.
I've seen promos, but I haven't seen like a run.
Wait, Scott says $10 says Omega turns on Page and goes with FTR. You really? I don't. Man, I think Page goes with FTR. I really want Page to go with FTR. I want that faction to start to form. That's what I want.
I think it's to be Cody. I think it's to be Cody. It's gonna be and it's gonna be Sean
Does
and
Cody
FTR.
have to?
He has to be the center of attention. He has to have pyro. He has to have fireworks. He has to have-
fireworks, which he elevates.
Well, the fireworks elevate him because they're just very grandiose and makes him seem a lot larger than
He
life.
comes through the floor.
What?
All right, moving on. Let's vote. Casey and the Sunshine Band or the Bucks? I'm gonna Tully Blanchard. From the time he picked up the mic, this might have been segment of the night after it started like a wet fart.
Wet farts are pretty good sometimes.
All right, well, Brian, you're a wet fart. Give me your vote.
I'm going with AEW and wet farts. My vote is for wet farts.
So this is the tag team segment versus the women's tag team?
This is, yes.
Okay.
Casey and Caden.
Yeah.
Yeah. Robert Stonebrand. Shotzi Blackheart.
You know what?
Rhea Ripley.
I'm going to go against the grain here. I'm going to go NXT. I did enjoy the little, fucking jerk fest.
The boil?
Yeah, the boil. Yes. I enjoyed the
boil.
The broil. But I got to say, as far as, wrestling goes and consequence to storyline and building on something, NXT hit the fucking... They were on the mark for this segment, so NXT.
Sklenar and Soji say they want to see Omega's heel, and he would be a better story. I think it would be more of a swerve because we all think it would be Paige. Maybe Paige goes out on his own. I'm not against it if Omega aligns with FTR and Paige is doing his solo thing. I'm against Paige aligning with the Bucks. Okay, because you've been building that there's a rift there for however long. Don't let that happen.
Don't do it.
All right, next we got Sheeta versus Heather Moore. Heather Monroe?
Monroe.
Heather Monroe.
Is that porn star name?
Going against Indy Hartwell and Mia Yim.
I mean, it literally is.
Both were just showcase matches. Mia won easily. Sheeta won easily. Sheeta's the champ. I'm just giving her my vote. AEW's my vote. I don't want to talk about these.
Yeah, AEW, sure, whatever.
Brian?
You know what? I'm going to vote NXT. I really like the way Damian Priest does the bow and arrow, the invisible one. I used to be an archer myself.
This is not that segment.
What was the one that you're comparing it to?
Shotzi, Rhea, Mercedes Martinez, Robert Stonebrand.
Well, if that's the case, then I take back everything I
No,
said.
I thought you were comparing the FTR segment with that.
No.
Yeah, I don't know.
He's playing tic-tac-toe by adding extra squares.
I don't know. I don't know what your
entrance music.
I don't know what you're comparing with what anymore.
What's that?
Yeah, me neither.
What's that Axios interviewer's name? I feel like when I talk to Brian, it's like him talking to Trump. That's my analogy.
So you're Trump and I'm the interviewer? Got it.
Mm-hmm. All right, so we get a spot backstage, Santana and Ortiz using bleach on the Best Friends gear. And we get another dark and light Candace and Johnny promo at home. I pretty much, yeah.
AEW.
All right, AEW.
AEW.
All right, there we go. 7.
They don't have Saudi money.
Right.
Last one we get to vote on. We got Thatcher teaching more submission schools 2 weeks after he tapped out.
Yeah, I thought that was funny too. Yeah.
But even better is Jake the Snake Roberts is now hosting AEW Underground, and Archer's just fuck giving him like anything to do in the ring or a rivalry. Just have him throw people around in the locker room.
Yeah, that was so that didn't bother me at all because that's been Lance Archer's thing for forever. But why did he have that written on his back?
Yeah.
Why did Jake the Snake Roberts have that written on his back?
That shirt was $200. There's a lot of price tags on AEW. 7,000 match, $200 shirt.
It really kind of goes counter to everything Jake was saying before that happened.
Exactly.
Because you're like, wait, so before this happened, he's like, I'm gonna write on your back, old man. Shut the fuck up. And then Jake's like
that.
And Jake's like, I'm a badass, and badass people do badass things and whatever. And then he's like, now shut up and stay. It's like, no, why did she even talk? What are you doing? What are you doing to Jake?
Strange.
Yeah, I mean, picking on the old man. Come on.
Fucked up.
Even your Rottweiler bites you sometimes, I guess.
All right. Yeah. Well, with all that said, Thatcher, you tapped. I don't believe you running any school for whatever. So they killed your character. Sorry, bro.
It's called the leg twist.
Much as I hate the AEW Underground segment, I'm going to pick it. Rob?
Hey.
Yeah, I mean, Jake was funny.
Brian?
AEW.
All right. Let's move on.
Yeah, let's do that.
We've done the total.
Yeah.
It is a landslide 8-3 in favor of AEW, but we got to now take it as a whole. The 3 points NXT won worth more than the 8 AEW won. Rob,
AEW just
who
won
won Wednesday?
AEW just wins on the entertainment factor. I mean, alone. I mean, not necessarily the wrestling factor. I think NXT still holds that, but entertainment factor keeps my attention. Storylines that make sense keep my attention, and just fun, you know.
Fun.
Yeah, AEW's fun. It's fun to watch. NXT is like, oh, wrestling pop, mark out, yeah. AEW is fun.
NXT without their crowd, it does lose a little bit. Where AEW, their crowd, as involved as they were, wasn't like the sixth man. You know, it wasn't the extra person. It is on NXT. They're very important. AEW can entertain us without the crowd marking out for us.
Right.
I agree with you. My big thing is AEW had the bigger bright spots. MJF. The matches weren't crisp, but I liked, we just understated it, the best friend storyline. I loved the Tully Blanchard parts and the way that all dissolved. So on the AEW side, I pretty much only liked Keith Lee and Cross.
You mean on the NXT side?
Is that what I said?
Yeah.
You said AEW.
Doesn't matter.
What's
it's the end of the
next?
show.
Check the tape. It's all right.
Brian,
Are we doing awards?
get your vote, and then we're doing awards.
Yeah, I'm going
Marked out
AEW,
in
of course.
Pettytown.
NXT with the whole with Dream coming back. That's still really weird.
Yeah.
I mean, really, actually, that's kind of what it is. And the fact that Adam Cole and Pat McAfee, that's one of their biggest feuds going on, really, like going into TakeOver 30, and that's it.
Yep.
So of course it's gonna be AEW.
All right, let's do this. I'm losing power. But you know how you can not lose power? By going to phoenixfit.com, FNXFIT.com, and getting some energy supplements and some protein and some CBD oil, and you use the promo code marked out, all one word, 10% off your order. PhoenixFit, FNXFIT.com.
AEW
15%.
was more entertaining, Vice says. NXT's writing is having issues. They need to address that.
No, they don't have issues. They have a new writer. God damn it.
Yeah, they got a guy who's bored. You're fired. That's what he needs to do to himself. So, marked out for each show and Pettytown. I'm going to kick off the marked out. My marked out for NXT, Velveteen Dream not winning. That is my marked out there because I hope he loses to Finn too. Marked out for AEW, fucking Tully getting real and saving that circle jerk of a segment. Oh, I hated every second of it till Tully spoke. So Tully, you got my vote on the AEW side. Rob.
Marked out on AEW side is fucking Rock and Roll Express, bro. I swear to God, Rock and Roll fucking Express. If you ever have the chance to see those old fucking bastards, amazing motherfuckers fucking wrestle, man. If you ever get a chance to see them live, you should fucking go. They're fucking great.
Got man booty.
Yeah, they did. They're a little older now. It's probably kind of gone. But NXT marked out award is I guess when Shotzi came in and attacked Aaliyah because we didn't see that coming. So that
marked out?
That marked me out.
What?
You're up, Brian. I can't wait to hear
AEW,
what the hell you bring up.
Mike Chioda. Mike Chioda showing up in AEW. I'm a fucking sucker for for nods to the past. I can't think of the word that I'm looking for right now.
Just the bad boy Joey Janela, and I couldn't agree more.
Thank you.
Oh, he has thin skin, by the way. We got to be careful.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe he didn't agree with Chioda.
Will he fight me like he tried to fight Enzo?
This is the thin skin boy, Joey Janela.
Don't tweet at him. All right.
Don't tweet at me, bro. Don't
very
step to me.
sensitive
Don't
these
step
Yeah,
to
he
me at a
doesn't
concert.
like being called like Joey Vanilla and all these other names that people come up with.
Flowy Vanilla.
Yeah.
I don't even think that's it, but yeah.
Flowy Janela. That's what it is. Floppy Janela.
And on the NXT side, a fucking fireball. I marked out for a fireball, even though if it seemed kind of random. I mean, that's another nod to the past. I love fireballs. Who doesn't like a fireball?
Fireball.
Marked out on the board, Mike Chioda. Was this the first night, Soji says? I
Yes.
thought it was, but I was told no.
Yeah.
Marked out. I was told no by Brian, who said there was an NBA game tonight. Stike says marked
Yeah,
out
well, there
NXT,
was.
the Keith Lee and Cross because the fireball was unexpected, and Ricky selling that spike pile driver. Yeah, a little throwback there. Anaconda Vice, they have too many No, that's not an award. Sorry.
Blah, blah, blah. I'm losing,
Tully's promo.
Yeah.
Great.
I'm losing power
I
here.
think
Come on.
Rob
Petty-
has ADHD.
All
I
right,
think.
Petty Town for Rob, and then you can just leave, and we'll have a 9-hour stream.
You know how to turn. right. Petty Town for AEW. I just tag team appreciation night, which I was looking forward to, was I thought it was pretty underwhelming.
Underwhelming is a good word.
Yeah, and a little sloppy. NXT Petty. It's not even petty. There's no explanation. Just Dreams back. No.
Yeah.
Nothing. Just like fuck you, fan. Hey, fans. Fuck you. That's what we think about you and your sensitive, things about rape and molestation.
Yeah.
Fuck you. That's what we think.
So marked out moment, by the way, for Sklenar was agreeing with me. Tully's promo. Rob, Brian, give me your petties.
Petty Town for AEW. No Matt Cardona. He made a big debut, and now they didn't even talk about him or address it or anything.
Did he fight Cody? Is that why?
Yeah, I don't know.
Is that why he's gone?
And for NXT, man, I mean, I don't think this is petty. I think I'm very rightfully. I have. Geez, I can't fucking talk. I shouldn't have had whiskey earlier, man. Pat McAfee, bro. Him and Adam Cole. That shit is. I just get that out of my face.
Lame sauce.
I hate
Dude,
it.
Anaconda Vice, I gotta give you this right here.
Oh, man. I have no idea what's
He goes,
going
"Where's SummerSlam taking place?" At the PC, motherfucker.
The PC,
They're all
bro.
at the PC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where was
Saudi
SmackDown this
Arabia.
week? The PC. Where was NXT? They're all at the PC, bro. Petty Town for me. Brian stole mine for NXT. 2 words for you. I say words because his name is meaningless to me. Pat McAfee. That doesn't excite me. And then on AEW, I did a rant earlier. You can go back and check the tape if you want. But I'm just going to say no mid-card is my Petty Town. And that's because of you, Cody. Stykes, Petty Town, Velveteen, I just didn't like it. AEW not giving their women time to wrestle. Can't you give them more than 4 fucking minutes? Can't you give them a division? Worth the fuck? No, we're focused on the tag team tournament that Brandy is booked in, so we can have another executive win something that they shouldn't.
They're too busy having Nyla and Vicky do bikini shots on the beach.
Rob, easy.
Oh,
Careful.
Now, Bus says if this is true, that's funny. Cardona and Cody have a new T-shirt that says "The Sweet Life of Matt and Cody."
They do. It's on ProWrestlingTees.com.
Nice.
Wow.
Nice. All right, so that's our awards. We'll be back Monday for a fun show because we're going to play some games, even if it sucks. The Raw portion sucks is what I mean.
Yeah.
Hopefully Dan will give us a minute instead of his 3-minute SmackDown, but I mean, who cares? It's SmackDown. We're not watching. It's Friday. We got better things to do. We're not torn about it. We just don't want it.
Sklenar says to read his Petty Town.
Oh, what was Sklenar's Petty Town?
Too much Road Warrior Buck and Balding Buck on TV tonight. You shut your fucking
It's
mouth,
funny. It's funny
Sklenar.
that he chose their favorite tag team as another one that had alcohol problems.
Yeah. I didn't really mention Matt Hardy. He's coming back in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
The other thing I just want to quickly tease, NXT TakeOver 30. Gonna go head-to-head with Dynamite on a Saturday. That should be fun, right, Brian?
Oh, you talking to me? I'm sorry, I was singing.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
man, I'm very excited for it. Although it's gonna be on Saturday. Is that what you said?
Yeah, you're not listening to me. I hope everybody
Oh,
else
it's
still
Natalie
is because
Imbruglia,
I'm going to
man.
sign
I love
off.
this song.
Everybody, thank you guys so much for joining us once again. We're going to be back on Monday. Brian will have the All Elite Hour this weekend at some point. Go to patreon.com/MOWP. $5, $10, $20 tier. Come support us. We got lots of action coming up with some pay-per-views. See you next time. Same smart time, same smart channel.
I'll catch you on the flip side.
Marked Out Podcast is produced and edited by You Record Studios and is recorded live from Charlotte, North Carolina. Subscribe, follow, and listen to us live following WWE programming on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook Live. Download the podcast by following us at podbean.com or subscribe on iTunes and Apple Podcasts. While you're there, go ahead and give us an honest and fair review and rating. Finally, if you have enjoyed our product and would like to see us grow, please donate to us by visiting the donation link below our live video, or you can donate via Venmo and Cash App at the handle Ravepro. That's RAVEPRO.
You're listening to the Electronic Media Collective Podcast Network. Yeah, it's a mouthful. For more great shows, visit electronicmediacollective.com.